What's up, YouTube? Dragon is Guy. Today we are finally coming to you with the long-awaited Disaster build. It took me a while to build it because ever since the banlist leak, the one that said that everybody was talking about, that, you know, like the sources who had leaked previous banlist, it was more than likely like 95% accurate. So I quickly took out, you know, the 2 red eyes, the feature fusion, and I was like, shit, you know, what am I gonna do? Well, what are we all gonna do? All us Disaster players, all us Dragon players, you know, the deck would have worked fine without feature fusion. You know, the deck was still playable. Hitting red eyes to 1 really hurt the deck because that is our main beater, and having it to 1 is like having feature fusion to 1. So you would have to search for it, and you know, you're sitting there with these 1800, 1900 beaters, and with back row waiting for red eyes. So I thought about it long and hard, and it was kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult. I tried different monsters, I tried different spells, I tried different traps, and everything's kind of the same. There's just a few changes. Not gonna lie, it's kind of the same. But the cards that I've added, I feel that they're gonna help the deck a lot. I feel it's gonna make it a little bit faster. You know, having feature vision banned and having that red eyes down to 1. You know, hopefully, I haven't tested the deck yet, but this is what I envision for it. This is just version 1. So I do apologize if the video is kind of long. It might be like a 20-minute video, because I want to talk about the cards that I added, why I added them in there, why certain cards are not in there. So this is, like I said, this is version 1. I'm still gonna test it, see how it runs, and hopefully it's you know, it's still to keep up with the meta, because before Diaster was one of those builds and one of those decks where it could revolve around the meta and around the ban list. So now that it took a big hit, I will say this: Diaster took the biggest hit. It wasn't even Chaos Dragon that took a hit, because obviously they're still playable. They found a new engine, I believe it's the GK Spy engine. I haven't tested that out yet, even though I am running Chaos Dragons right now. But I mean, they found a new resource, and you know, it's kind of hard for us to do that. So with that being said, a Diaster is probably one of the decks, and I believe Diaster and Insectors took the biggest hit, along with the other Dragon decks out there, like Blue Eye, Hopeless, and stuff like that. And you know, yeah, like I said, Chaos Dragons are still out there roaming free. I hope Konami sees that hitting red eyes wasn't the right choice. So hopefully they bring it back at least to 2, and they limit Pulsar Dragon, or ban it, hopefully. But anyways, enough about that, and let's just get into the build. Alright guys, here we go. Finally, the long-awaited Disaster build. Like I said, this is just version 1. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of versions if this one doesn't work out. So let's just get right into it. Obviously, sad face. We got to run the 1, Darkness Metal. Obviously, he's the most broken dragon in the game. That's why he got hit to 1. So, yeah. He's running 1. Still running 1 Prime Material Dragon, because obviously there's still monster destruction out there, especially now that Mirror Force is up to 2, Tarantulas at 2, Dark Holes out there. It stops. What else? Yeah, basically anything that that destroys a monster, like Bottomless and stuff like that. So really good. Okay, now for the change, I'm running 2 Light and Darkness Dragons. Now you're probably wondering why you're running 2 Light and Darkness Dragons. It's not that good anymore. Well, 1, it's a replacement for Red Eyes, and 2, I figured, you know what, this deck obviously lost a lot of power. You know, Bryonax is gone. Obviously, like I said, Feature Fusion's gone, so we need a backup. And I want to be able to have my opponent waste as much resources as possible in order to get this guy down and destroy him. And when he's destroyed, obviously, as we all know, he gets sent to the graveyard and he brings back another monster. Most likely, hopefully, it'll be Darkness Metal, Prime, etc. So that's why I brought it up to 2. Hopefully, it works out good. Like I said, I have not tested this deck yet, so yeah, that's why I up to 2. the second change is one Yamada Dragon. One Yamada Dragon because, like I said, we had Pot of Duality, and Disaster would depend on draw power and cards that would help the deck a lot. So I was thinking, what card can I add to have draw power? I thought about Trade-In. I thought about Upstart Goblin. I thought about different cards like that help you draw. And I didn't want my opponent to gain 1,000 life points. I didn't want to have to banish a monster. I didn't want to have to, I didn't want to have to take a neg. So I saw Yamada Dragon. I was like, you know what, this might actually work, because one, it's a monster. Two, you summon it, you attack, you cause damage, you draw until you have 5 cards, and then it bounces back to your hand. So why not have this card? Throw it in there. So, I can attack, bounce it back, attack, bounce it back, blah blah. So, like I said, hopefully it works out. I think it's a really good card. With the 31 defense, even though you won't use it as a defense because, like I said, it does go back to your hand, but you can set it, have your opponent attack into it, and bam, 3100, obviously they're going to take some damage because I don't think, there's not enough power to get over Yamada Dragon. So, I thought it was a really good card overall, so that's why I decided to add it. Now, those are the power monsters. Now, down to the level 4s, we're still running 3 Kokimeo Dragos. 3 Kokimeo Dragos because, like I said, the Tour Guide engine is still out there for Chaos. Agents are back. So it stops a lot, and still stops a lot in this meta. What else? Also, it's a 19 beater. You do have to reveal a dragon, but that's, we're running all dragons, so that's not really a problem. And, yeah, Kokimero is still great overall. I'm still running one Wyvern. One Wyvern because I've always ran one Wyvern. I always thought one Wyvern was okay. I didn't want to have to draw on the second one. Having a dead draw 3 is just way too much. So especially now that we're down to 1 Red Eyes, that's why I decided to run one Wyvern. So that's why there's 1 in there. Let me see. I believe this is the 3rd change. I decided to drop down to 1 Divine Dragon Apocalypse because he can be a dead draw sometimes, and I don't have a target in my graveyard. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to drop this and add other stuff that, that's more versatile, that has more versatility to it. So that's why I went down to 1. He's still good though. I'll show you guys what I substituted him for. Obviously, we're still running the Searchers now, especially now that Sectors are gone. This guy won't get popped. So he's still really, really good. Obviously, you attack, you get destroyed. So another monster with 1500 less attack. You can set it as a battlefield. They attack into it, bring out something else. So really good. When he gets attacked, most likely he's gonna bring out the rest of the monsters that I'm about to show you. So we're still running 2 Depth of Fires, obviously, because we still sync into the deck, and it's really good overall. It levels up another monster, so it's good for exceeding, it's good for still synchroing and stuff like that. So really good. 1 Explorer Dragon because you get it with those nasty, annoying monsters like a Shining, a Logia, a Doka, just anything that's in your way. So yeah, really good. And what I decided to drop the other Apocalypse for is for 3 Totem Dragon. Totem Dragon is back up to 3 because, like I said, I up lad up to 1. The Yamada Dragon also, I don't have any monsters in the field. Standby Face Totem, remove Totem, summon Yamada Dragon, attack. Good for exceeding, good for synchroing. Standby Face Totem, summon Delta Flyer, increase up to level 3. Go for Leviair, go for a Leviathan, go for Golem if you're going for game, etc. So he's really good overall. Those are the monsters. I believe it's 19 monsters. So now it's the spells. Guys, you are going to see some random purple sleeves because I'm constructing another deck, so I have to use some of the cards from my Disaster into the other deck. So yeah. Staples, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, and Book of Moon for the winners. Next, we're running 2 MSPs for hitting the back row. 2 Pot of Duality because you have to, and you can only run 2 now, so yeah, that's why you're only running 2 dualities. 1 Lance because You want your Red Eyes to live. You want the Armada Dragon to live, stuff like that. I'm thinking about dropping, not dropping this card, but dropping another card that I'm about to show you for another Lance, because Lance is very, very key in the deck. Because like I said, you want your monsters to live. Your monsters have to live. They cannot get bottomless. They cannot not get deep prison. So especially if that Red Eyes is down to 1, you want him to live. So yeah. So this is the card I'm thinking about changing for the second Lance. It's Ghost Sarcophagus. Ghost Sarcophagus because I wanted to search out for either for Lad, or most importantly for Darkness Metal, but I'm thinking about it, and I think I'm going to go ahead and swap it out for that Lance, because I have other ways to get out Red Eyes. So, okay, so the card that I believe will help the deck a lot is Foolish Burial. Now, Foolish Burial I decided to add in here because, for me, it has a lot of good versatility in the deck. Like, for example, just a few examples. If I need Red Eyes in the grave, say I have a Monster Reborn in hand, or a face down called the Haunted, I can Foolish Burial, bring out Darkness Metal, send it to the grave, and then go Monster Reborn or Call the Haunted. Second, I did this combo last time, and I really liked it a lot. I didn't have a Wyvern in grave, but I had Foolish in my hand. So Red Eyes got destroyed, it got sent to the graveyard. Main phase 2, I played Foolish Burial, send the Wyvern to the graveyard. End phase, remove the Wyvern, and special summon out Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, because I didn't normal summon that turn. So this card helps a lot with that. Also, if I need a totem for, to bring out Lad, I can Foolish Totem, use Darkness Metal's ability, bring out the totem, and normal out Lad for your Armada Dragon as well. Same thing. If I need a totem grave for next standby phase, etc. So for me, it has a really good, lot of good versatility. I wish Konami would have upped this up to 2, because I would be playing 2, maybe 3. But I think again, that would help the Chaos build a lot. But I wish it would have upped it to 2. 2 would have been fine. Okay, after that, we have my next tech card that I believe helps the deck a lot, and that is Burial from a Different Dimension. Burial from a Different Dimension, again, has a good lot of versatility, just like Foolish Burial does. For me, this card, it helps a lot because your totems get removed, the Wyvern gets removed, and Deep Prison and Bottomless are seeing a lot of play. So, most likely, Red Eyes is going to get Bottomless, is going to get Deep Prison, so it's good to put him back in the graveyard and Monster Reborn him, Wyvern, get him out with Wyvern, Call the Haunted, Reborn, like I said, and yeah, so this helps a lot. So that's why I decided to main it in the deck. Now for traps, there's nothing really special here. It's just one judgment, one warning, because like I said, the second one for me is always a dead draw. Start I road to protect the offense and the defense. Obviously the monsters for offense and back row for defense. Quick comparative evacuation device, really good card. Oh my god, this card is so amazing. Either for your own convenience or to bounce back your own opponent, not your own, but your opponent's monsters, or your own monsters as well. But this card can save you so many games, because say you're attacking and your opponent activates the Deep Prison, and you don't want your Darkness Metal to get obviously Deep Prison, or if you don't have a Lance, so you flip this up, bounce him back to your hand, and he gets saved. Not only that, there's an annoying monster on the field like a Reaper, like a Zen Maze. This is good for that too. So you bounce it back to the extra deck and you attack. So it helps a lot. So that's why I decided to main 2. Also, like I said, Dimensional Prison see a lot of plays, so you got to run those as well. It helps, annoying monsters like again the Zen Maze, Stardust, etc. So those help a lot. Again, just like Bottom of the Trap Hole, these also help a lot to remove that light pulsar from grave. Just remove that light pulsar from having it hit the grave, and bring it back a Darkness Metal. For the mirror match, for if you're going against Chaos Dragons, again, like I said, remove either the pulsar or the Red Eyes, the Shining, etc. So it has a lot of good versatility. For the last trap, we have called the Haunted, because you need to bring back Darkest Metal as much as possible. And not only that, for a Drago, for a Totem, if you don't want to use its ability, so it helps out a lot. So those are the tracks. I believe the deck is 41 cards. I'm not too sure. I think 40 or 41. So yeah. For the extra deck, because I don't have a side deck, but I do know that I am gonna side Cyber Dragon. So because of the Gear Gift, so you gotta run the Chimeric Fortress to Contact Fusion for the Zen mains, for the random Gear Gift, and because people still are playing Machina engines, so you gotta run the Chimeric Fortress. We got one Stardust, one Black Rose, one Red Dragon Arching, one Ancient Fairy Dragon, one Scrap Dragon, one Thunder End Dragon, one Trident Dragon, because you can make this with Delta Flyer and Prime Material Dragon. For the Exceeds, we have 17 for Beater, Levier to bring back your totems, and your Wyvern, Zenmain to stall, Acid Golem if you need to go for game, Utopia to stall, Queen Dragoon to Jin to bring back Darkest Metal, Photon Butterflies to get over the Reaper. So that is the deck, guys, and the extra deck. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I thought about it a lot. You know, it's kind of hard to replace Red Eyes because really there's not really a card to replace them. So you know, I hope Yamana does the job. I hope Lad does the job to you know have my opponent use as much resources as possible to bring him down to eventually beat over him. But you know, obviously when he gets destroyed, he brings back another monster. So, and with Yamana Dragon, you know, it helps with that draw power as well. So hopefully those two cards help. I hope the Burial helps, the Force helps. You know, I've tested it here and there, and it's testing pretty well. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna run Disaster in this format. I know it sounds kind of weird and kind of sad, but now that I built the Rabbit deck, I do want to run Rabbit for the format because I've never ran a top tier deck, a tier 1 deck, a meta deck, whatever you want to call it, and I just, you know, you want to give it a shot. You know, I'm not selling out. It's just, you know, I think everybody deserves to play, you know, a different deck. You know, I've played Disaster for like 2 years, and I guess I'm gonna take this format as like a break and like, you know, not play Disaster because, you know, it's time for a break, and everybody should be able to play in a different deck. You know, obviously we're all gonna have our favorite decks, our favorite cards, and Disaster is always gonna be with me. So, you know, Doka and Lawyer are there, so why not, you know, run the Rabbit build? But like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna run that at San Jose Regionals, even though I do really want to attend. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to or not because I can't plan these things more like on a daily basis. Like today, you know, if it's this Saturday, you know, I can tell you today if I will be able to attend or not. So I'm gonna have to decide that Thursday before, and I would have to get on the road by Friday because I do not want to, you know, I don't want to be sleeping, you know, when I'm playing and do all kinds of misplays and, you know, make myself look stupid. So I do want to get there. I do want to sleep as much as possible. But like I said, I do not know what deck I'm gonna play. I have an idea, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I want to do a lot of testing first, and I have a couple days and a couple weeks to do it. I believe it's the next week. Yeah, it's already next week. Wow, sickle. So I would have already had to decide a week from now if I'm gonna attend or not, because I really want to go. So, anyways, guys, I'm not trying to ramble here. I really hope you enjoyed the build, and I will, if I do attend, I will do a report, and I will do a deck profile, and I will let you guys know how I did and what deck I ran and all that good stuff. So, like I said, hopefully I will be able to attend, and I will see you guys in my next video. Please take care, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.